Hey friends, today I'm going to read a new book that I just got called My Papi Has a Motorcycle. The author's name is Isabel Quintero and the illustrator is Zeke Pena. The man in the story is an immigrant from a Spanish-speaking country. We don't know where, and there's a lot of Spanish words in the book. And it's about he and his daughter who spend a lot of fun time together. And the story talks about how really home is always in your heart. So my Papi has a motorcycle, and look, she's got a unicorn on her helmet. She also has a unicorn riding a motorcycle. My Papi has a motorcycle. From him I've learned words like carburetor and cariño, drill, and dedication. When I hear his truck pull into the driveway, I run outside with both of our helmets. My Papi, the carpenter, is covered in sawdust and smells like a hard day at work. If you don't know what a carpenter is, it's someone who works with wood. His hands are rough from building homes every day, his job since he first arrived in this country. But even though he comes home tired, he always has time for me. When our city is winding down, he takes me for a ride. Today he's going to show me the new houses he's working on. Papi is careful with my ponytail as he pulls my helmet tight. When he lifts me onto the smooth black seat, his hands don't feel rough. They don't feel tired. They feel like all the love he has trouble saying. And here he says, "Lista?" And she says, "Sí." Lista means ready in Spanish, and sí means yes. Papi revs the engine, and the smell of gasoline hits me as he squeezes the accelerator. The motorcycle rumbles and growls, so her mom is calling "con cuidado," which means be careful in Spanish. "Agarrate, hold on," and then we take off. Vroom! The shiny blue metal of the motorcycle glows in the sun. The sun, the bright orange sun on its way down, turning our sky blue and purple and gold. We become a spectacular celestial thing soaring on asphalt, a comet. The sawdust falling from Papi's hair and clothes becomes a tail following us. I like the illustrations in this story. Papi zigzags through the streets. We pass Abuelita's church. Abuelita means grandma in Spanish. And the tortilla La Estrella, and stop for stray cats crossing in front of us. Mommy thinks there are too many of them, but I think there's just enough. So here they are going through their town, and they're seeing a lot of things that are with Spanish names. Like the tortilla place is called Estrella, which means star in Spanish. We pass by Joy's Market where Mommy buys me gummy bears. Mr. Garcia, our librarian, is walking out the door and nods at us. We nod back. That's how we always greet each other. Have you ever seen people do that? They kind of go like this when they say hi. So he is the librarian. I bet he likes books just like I do, and hopefully like you do. We roar past murals that tell our history of citrus groves and immigrants who work them, and the famous road race that took place on the Grand Boulevard 100 years ago. Now I know that we're stopping at Don Ruby's Raspados. So these are some murals. A mural is like a big piece of art, and we have a lot of them here in Portland, and they often do tell a story. So this one is showing people that came from Spanish-speaking countries that ended up picking a lot of the fruits and vegetables that we eat, and they weren't always treated well or paid very well. But as we near the shop, we see that it's empty and out of business. I can tell Papi is disappointed. I imagine the smell of the sweet syrups Don Rudy used to flavor our shaved ice with. I won't be the only one who misses them. So these are like snow cones. Have you ever had one where they pour the syrup on? There's all different kinds of flavors. They're especially great in the summer when it's really hot outside. As we ride on, I feel and hear everyone and everything we pass by. Each sound landing in my ears builds a whole neighborhood inside me. No matter how far I go from this place or how much it changes, the city will always be with me, because the city is always going to be her home, even if she lives somewhere else. We cruised by Abuelita's and Abuelito's old yellow house, the one with the lemon tree that grew from the seeds of the lemons Abuelito used to pick, not far from here. Mommy says we're going to visit them tomorrow to cut nopales, which are cactus, from their garden and eat herby albagidas in Abuelita's kitchen, where the food always tastes better. We turned the corner, so those are her grandparents, and her grandfather used to pick lemons, and he brought those lemon seeds home and planted them, and they grew a beautiful lemon tree. And this is the cactus they're going to cut. They're pretty delicious if you've never gotten to try one. We turn the corner, and then Frankie, the Lopez's Labradoodle, escapes from her yard and runs after us. Mercedes Lopez, the fastest runner in our class, runs after her. Then, just as fast, the dogs barking and Mercedes and Frankie become a soft hush in the distance. They're right behind us. Look, it says the dogs behind the fences go wild. For some reason, dogs love to bark at cars and motorcycles. Guess the motorcycle is too fast for them. We ride toward the new homes, replacing the last of the citrus groves. The painters, drywallers, and floor layers all greet us, but we can barely hear their words amid the sound of hammers and air compressors. Here he's saying, "Trabajando duro muchos?" A little bit, but not too much. Basically, are you working too hard? Even in all that noise, my Papi's voice touches everything. So that land used to be filled with orchards, which are places where trees grow, and they had all the lemon orchards, and now they've cut them down and they're building new houses. This is my favorite part, around the circle. On Grand Boulevard, we lean into the curve of the street. I make believe that we're one of the races that took place here so long ago. It's our last lap and we have to win. The crowd cheers us on. I feel Papi's smile as I squeeze my arms tighter around him. We fly around the circle. There's the school where we practice soccer. There's the post office where Mr. Charlie takes our letters. And La Panaderia, which is the bakery, where Papi buys conchas on Sunday mornings. She's imagining all these people are cheering her on, saying, "Go, Daisy! Faster, faster!" Here it is, all of our beautiful city. My eyes try to catch everything, but the colors of houses blend into one another. Red, blue, green, orange, pink. They're going so fast. We ride until the blue glow from the motorcycle begins to dim and our comet tail has been left behind at the streets we've traveled. We head home and slowly the engine echoes us back onto our street and then our driveway, our finish line. Mommy and little brother hear the motorcycle and run out to greet us. Mommy waves us in just like a referee, and Papi and I can't stop laughing. We had a good ride. Look, she's got the referee flag, like when you, at the end of a race, have you ever seen something like that? Through our laughter, I hear a familiar sound. Honk, honk! It says, raspados! Those are the snow cones. I think about my city and all the changes it's been through and all the changes that will come. Chicle y fresa, por favor. So she wants a little strawberry bubblegum flavor is what she's getting. But I know that here in our little house there are things that will always say the same. And he says, mañana, we fly again. Mañana means tomorrow. So tomorrow they're going to do it again. Now the person who wrote this book, her family was from Mexico, and the same with the man who did the illustrations. And so this is kind of a look back on what their life was like growing up. And here's a picture of the city. I hope you like this story, and when you're finished, I'd love for you to either draw a picture of something that you like about your home or your neighborhood, or tell me about where your family's from. Maybe you have a grandfather from another country or a great-grandfather, and I guess that's it. Happy reading, friends.